my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Move out the way! Move out the way! Ha ha! Guess who's back?
Now, I know what you're thinking. Mourn, you're only coming back so you can make money off of us. Well, you're not entirely wrong there. The cash that I make off here is actually pretty good.
God! 4 quarters!
But you know, other than that, Deepwoken has actually become a whole new can of worms. It's no longer that dry landscape that it was 5 months ago. I mean, look at all the cool stuff we got. We got new mantras, we got better gear, Conquest is coming up, we got new bells. Wait a minute. New bells? We literally went through the year without any new bells. Are you serious? Damn, I gotta look at these. These gotta be the best things I've ever seen. Oh, run it back. So let me get this straight. We got Reverse Reaper, we got Passive Shardbow, and we got Smoke Screen? I mean, the other two were kind of cool, but this just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So you're telling me my innate power for my soul, my innate curse technique is to make smoke that makes it hard to see for the other person. Are you kidding me? Look, why is he so enthusiastic about it? It's like he's trying to convince me that it's not shit. At least make it like interesting. At least make it have like unique interactions with other aspects of the game. Like, what if you were a flame charm user and you'd use produce spark inside the smoke screen bell and it ignites it and it like makes it a little explosion or something like that. But this isn't even a bell. This could have been a mantra, a shadow mantra, like a 1-star shadow mantra. Oh, are you gonna tell us about your ideas about some new bells, Mourn? Well, not exactly. Not so much that we need new bells, but that the whole system kinda needs to be reworked. You see, I took notice that a lot of bells are very similar to each other. Take teleportation and run it back. If you think about it, both bells allow you to place a waypoint for you to return to, albeit one is specialized for combat and one is for transportation. Now I'm saying, what if teleportation, the legendary bell, was an evolution of run it back? What if you rolled run it back and you can spec into specific stat points regarding casual transportation use rather than focusing strictly on combat? And that's how you get teleportation. You don't leave it up to chance to have like a useful transportation bell if you really want one. If you don't care about having like a combat bell, you can instead spec into a transportation bell instead of continuously re-rolling for, you know, literally one of the rarest bells in game. Same thing for Kamui and portals. Both bells place you in an alternate dimension or like a different plane of space for you to fast travel. Again, one is specialized for combat and one is for general transportation. What if these were the same bells? You know what I'm saying? But it was just a different evolution. Now let's say you roll Reaper or something. Now what if you wanted a support type bell instead of, you know, a gank bell? Now I'd imagine like a little bell menu that pops up like a little skill tree that you get to like invest stat points into, just like your, you know, attribute stats and stuff like that. So instead of gripping people with Reaper, you can save people with Reaper, and that turns into preservation if you invest enough points into it. So this effectively cuts down all the bells in Deepwoken in half, pretty much, which leaves room for a lot more to be made in the future. Could you imagine rolling Sacred Field, and instead of speccing into physical and elemental resistance, you can instead change it out for PvE damage while you're inside the circle? And that way you can kind of basically ensure which kind of function you want for your bell, which I kind of enjoy. But then we get into the issue with like corrupting bells. What would that translate into this new update? Well, we got a couple situations. The first one being that it adds more attribute points for you to invest in for your bell. Before, a non-corrupted variant offered, you know, limited stats regarding, I don't know, maybe like deploy time, heal amount, damage, stuff like that. But if it was corrupted, it adds, I don't know, maybe 10 more points for you to spend on it, you know, in your little skill tree or whatnot. But I figured that would be kind of boring. So instead of that, maybe it kind of changes up how the bell functions as a whole. Let's take Payback for example. As of right now, Corrupted Payback heals you back for the damage that has been afflicted to you. What if we flip the concept of Payback on its head? Instead of paying back the damage other people did to you, you actually get rewarded for dealing damage yourself. So if you have Corrupted Payback, and you press C, the whole aura around you that forms with Payback actually lingers and stays for, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 6 seconds. And in that time frame, all your attacks that you would have done to another person don't damage the person at all, but instead heal you for the same amount. You get rewarded for the damage that you deal to other people. You gotta admit, that would actually help out with this passive meta y'all are, you know, complaining about. Actually giving rewards for, you know, active play. You know what I'm saying? We could also change up things like Gravity Field. Maybe instead of like a domain expansion, it could be more of a domain amplification, you know what I'm saying? It forms strictly around your body and increases only your jump height and movement speed. Could you imagine? Also, if you get, you know, ragdolled by like a mantra or any other attack, it automatically ragdoll cancels you. You can basically pick and choose what you want with your bell, which makes sense. It's your soul. You can customize it to however you want. Alright, enough talk about that. Now it's time to get to the part you guys been waiting for. My own personal potential bell ideas. Starting off, it's something simple. I call it Soul Hook. That's right, a grappling hook that can grapple onto surfaces and people. Clearly, this is a bell that's going to be useful for traversing the land, and you can also pull runners back to you, or maybe you can pull yourself to them. I don't care. You know, it's a grapple hook. It's awesome. For bell number 2, I was kind of going for like a crazy slot style bell, but instead of weapons, it gave you mantras. Maybe add like a Sero beam, or like a dismantle or something like that. Something awesome. Something, you know, worth, you know, bell status. But yeah, that's pretty much all the ideas that I have for some brand new bells. If you have some, you know, unique ideas, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. Before I end this video, I just want to say thank you, you know, for returning to my channel. I promise I won't take any longer breaks anymore. This is the year of Mourn, trust me. Alright, see you around.